Listening and Speaking Materials. Sarita Alexandra Galeano Hernández, licenciatura en Lenguas Extranjeras con énfasis en inglés. Presentation. This virtual learning objective, based on strategies to develop listening and speaking skills, is a tool used to propose or rather highlight speaking and listening skills as the skill considered most important in the acquisition of a second language. Listening, on the one hand, is considered by some authors not only as an ability to listen and decipher what we hear, but also includes understanding. Speaking, on the other hand, occupies a great position in contemporary ELT. However, it has been little analyzed since within the classroom, the fact that a student uses a sentence or a word in English is called speaking. Speaking is a complex mental process because as labeled 1989. Objective of the virtual learning objective. 1. Establish the fundamental role played by speaking and listening skills in learning and mastering English. 2. Propose materials and ideas to develop listening skills in virtual and face-to-face learning environments. 3. Develop some tips to design virtual and face-to-face speaking learning activities. Listening materials, virtual environments. Number 1. Listening a song. Listening to music is not only a great way to have fun and have an entertaining time, but it is a method by which learning is achieved passively, almost without the listener noticing. Some benefits are improves vocabulary, improves context compression, improves pronunciation, and of course, prevents our listening compression. Number 2. Listening podcasts. These can be effective materials as they involve bottom-up and top-down processing. Expose the students to different types of listening are authentic. These help improve the level of compression and enrich vocabulary. Number 3. Watching movies. It is a fun and entertaining way to learn. The effectiveness of this tip is that the films contain different contexts, dialogues, a wide vocabulary, usual and well-known phrases, in addition to generating extensive listening, including bottom-up and top-down processing. Number 5. Listening short dialogue. It is more suitable for beginner levels of English. This exposes the students to a context and a situation, and they can be used to develop selective listening. And number 5. Listening news about their favorite characters. The fact that it is about their favorite characters already generates interest in the students. The news exposes the students to a specific context, and like a podcast, it exposes the students to different types of listenings. Listening materials to face-to-face environments. Number 1. Listening the teacher's instructions. It develops receptive listening. It is a listening activity in the classroom to obtain an immediately a response from the students. Number 2. Listening and story reading. It exposes students to different types of listening, incorporates bottom-up and top-down processing, developing students' listening compression. Number 3. Listening audios. The audios expose the students to specific contexts and to the types of selective listening. Signs they can be used to ask questions to check the listening comprehension of the students. Number 5. Asking questions. They can be used to test a students' listening comprehension. And number 5. Dictation. Dictation, this is a good material as it exposes the students to different types of listening and tests their vocabulary acquisition and challenges their grammar skills. Speaking materials to virtual environments. Number 1. The script hiding its images. It can be taken as a game to get points. It is a spontaneous way of expressing ideas based on what we see. The idea of this tip is to combine confidence and peace of mind that it is just a game. Number 2. The script places, like the hidden images. It can be carried out as a game in which students choose a place of their choice and describe it. Number 3. Webinars. This encourages interactivity. Allow each student to choose a topic of their choice, prepare a short speech, and during the seminar there is an exchange of questions and opinions. Number 4. Singing a song. It is a not very difficult way to exercise the brain in terms of speaking ability and improve pronunciation. Number 5. Debating. The debate not only tests the ability of speaking but also tests our listening comprehension to respond with arguments in support or counter-arguments to the counterpart. Speaking materials to face-to-face environments. Number 1. Collaborative dialogues. It allows students to interact with each other and correct each other. Number 2. Interview. It is an interaction between teacher and students or between student and students, through which they ask each other questions and answer them. This leads to developing a more fluid and natural speaking. Number 3. Drama. Are a fun way to produce speaking. It gives each student a role, their own context, and a role that allows them to develop natural speeches and conversations while having fun. Number 4. Speech is one of the broadest ways of producing natural speaking. Recited poems. Reciting poems favors the students of the native English accent. Conclusion. Listening and speaking skills are the most important skills in English proficiency. Therefore, it is important to understand their true meaning and transform each tool into material to develop listening and speaking skills. Within the process of teaching English, materials play an important role and can be decisive in guaranteeing learning or not. It is important to consider that education is not only developed in face-to-face environments, but also in virtual environments. Therefore, technology is our ally to seek effective materials for the acquisition of special skills in English listening and speaking. Finally, the materials not only influence the development of a lesson, but also greatly influence the attitude of the students and the way they adopt What is to be told? Reference 18.